Aquaman 2, or Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, is the final film of the DCEU, with a total run of 2013 to now, 10 long years of good, bad, yeah, a lot of bad.
Why did you say that, Dad?
But this is nothing to laugh at, folks. This is a funeral here, all right? This is the final goodbyes, the final swan song before James Gunn steers us in the right direction, the right path, hopefully. This is honestly depressing, as DC's once attempt to catch up with Marvel turned into a joke, honestly, a disappointment, if you will. But we're not going to talk about the sadness that has become up. We are here to talk about Aquaman 2. This, honestly, was okay, honestly. I don't really have any real problems with this movie. It's not good. It's not great. It's not bad. I just think it's okay, honestly. I mean, like, I don't really hate it as much as some people are saying, because I see right now on Rotten Tomatoes it has like a 38 right now. Like, I don't know what the critics are talking about. I think they're honestly going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But yeah, this is just okay. I think if I have like any real problems, I guess it's with the plot. Really, the plot's basically kind of just too like play it safe, generic, like, oh, Black Manta, he has the trident, we gotta stop him. Like, it's honestly just like a paper thin. It's just a way for our characters just to get to point A to point B, just to fight some bad guys. There's some emotional core in this movie, but overall it's just so generic with its story. It's kind of just forgettable. The world building and the type of like things that we see on screen is amazing, though. I think that honestly is what carries this movie, along with Jason Momoa himself. If I had a nickel for every movie that Jason Momoa carried a movie in 2023, I would have 2 nickels, which is weird that it happened twice.
Dominic Toretto. I knew you would come for me.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I think Jason Momoa is great in this movie. I feel like he really has the same charisma he does in all of his movies, and this is no exception. I think as him as Aquaman is really cool. I feel like in the first third of this movie, it's a little bit slow. I feel like he doesn't have much to do, but once like the plot really gets kicking and he teams up with Orm, I think that's really when he like has his time to shine, because I think him and Orm especially are a great like buddy duo in this movie. It gives me like Thor and Loki vibes.
Bring water. Yeah. No, sorry. I drank it all the way here.
At last, little common sense.
I thought you liked tricks.
I think they had a good dynamic that was like well told throughout the story. With this story, I will say this feels like a Saturday morning cartoon, and I mean that in the best way possible. I mean, some of the places that they go to, all the like sea critters, all the people that they go to, it just feels so comic booky. I love it. It just feels, ooh, it reminds me of the first movie of how they just did whatever the fuck they wanted and they just rolled with it. Because I feel like more comic book movies need to be like this, to where they're not afraid just to have random BS and just go with it. Like in this movie, they made these like sea mobsters, gangsters, or whatever, and I'm like, just go with it. They even have like this, like these fish ladies singing, and I'm like, just go with it, I guess. Like, honestly, I think the movie worked best in those type of moments. Like, honestly, I think they should have leaned more into it, just like how the first movie did. Because I think the first movie really was, like, opening your third eye to what, like, the ocean can do. But I feel like this movie is kind of hindered by that, because once you open the box, the next time you open it, you kind of expect more. And that's why I think I might like this less. That could be why, potentially. But I gotta tell you, with this movie is the message. Oh my god. The type of, like, environmental message in this sounds like it came straight out of fucking Captain Planet or something.
You trying to bury me, Mai Tai?
No, Capitan.
You dirty backstabbing son of a birch.
Like the whole, oh, Black Manta, he's like destroying like the ozone layer, like global warming. Like, that's actually like what he's doing in this movie. Like, he says multiple times, I'm speeding up the global warming process so we could unlock the secret bad guy with the dark magic or whatever. And I'm like, what type of message is this? And at the end of the movie, whenever like Aquaman opens Atlanta to, and at the end of the movie, whenever Aquaman's on TV, he's going like, we need to protect the oceans and protect the lands and combine together as people. Like, I know it's all great things, but it just sounded so cheesy. I love it. And also, this isn't spoilers here, I guess, but whenever Aquaman says this, he like brings Atlantis to the world. Too bad we're never going to see the result of that since, you know, DCEU's dead, but whatever. But that's not what I want to talk about. They literally have a Discovery Plus ad in this movie. Like, I saw that 0.1 seconds it came on screen. I was like, wow, David Zaslav, you sick son of a bitch. But speaking with Black Manta, I don't want to forget this. So, looks like Black Manta, you know, like, I thought he was a really cool villain in the first movie, and I still do think he was a cool movie in this one. But I feel like he was kind of screwed over, because in this movie, he gets the Black Shrine, and he gets, like, possessed or whatever by, like, dark magic from an old king from, like, thousands of years ago. And I'm like, he already had a good thing going with whole revenge with... And I'm like, he already had a good thing going with the whole revenge quest. I don't think he needed a goddamn, like, trident to make him evil or something. If I had a nickel for every bad guy that was possessed by dark magic in 2023, I would have 2 nickels. I'm doing the bit twice, Jesus. But, I guess besides that, I really do think that the action is good in this movie. I really don't know why people were, like, so mad about this movie, because I remember before this came out, there were reports, because I remember there were like reports of people saying that they were gonna like walk out of this movie, and I'm like, I don't know what they were talking about, because I don't know if there were like some like deleted scenes of Black Manta like actually killing the baby or something like that, because I'm not gonna lie to you, you're never gonna convince me that a superhero movie would kill like a baby. Oh, I'm sorry, but that was never like gonna happen in my mind. I'm sorry, but this wasn't like bad or anything. It was just kind of just you know, like, if this is like the true ending for the DCEU, and I'm like, you know, like I wish we could have gone out with a bang with like a big Justice League movie, or like, I don't know, just something. Hell, I would have been fine with The Flash being the last movie of the, you know what, I'm gonna stop myself right there. And another thing, and this isn't really like important to the movie, but I am so pissed that because Warner Brothers doesn't want to tease any more like projects or anything like that they cut a lot of Ben Affleck scenes or Michael Keaton scenes or whatever the hell they filmed, because even if it didn't matter to anything, I still think it would have been fun to show. Like, if The Flash is able to show George Clooney for no reason, then I feel like this should have at least done something at the least. I don't know.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
No.
But this really is the end of the DCEU. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, DC, I think, has had like the worst year of all years for DC in general. I mean, like, Shazam was horrible. The Flash was a PR, critical, and financial disaster. Blue Beetle, while good, was a financial mess. And if this movie makes money or not, the real fact of it is, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And I don't know, I just think that's kind of sad, because this is okay, this isn't bad, but I feel like no one's really gonna care, and that's kind of sad to me, honestly. You know, this is the end of the DCEU, but you know what? I think I'm fine with that. I believe in James Gunn. I feel like he'll be able to steer DC in the right direction. And yeah, this is the end. I'm gonna give this like a 6 out of 10. This wasn't bad, but honestly, it could have been worse. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and yeah, that's about it. That's the end.
You haven't lost your touch, but it's good to see you playing well with others. Just like a bat. I dig it.
Maybe temporary.